phone from Hitachi, which is 3D, which is without glasses. And I think the Trojan horse for 3D is going to be the mobile, the thing in your pocket. It's coming in the next, it's already in Japan. The idea that you'll watch football content, any content, you can see it in 3D. The 3D is in the screen, and they're working on it actually coming out. And I think that, for me, I differ from Barney. I think the idea that you'll have glasses, it doesn't work for me. And talking to this company that's developed the technology for the phone, they are just developing an iPad version as well. And the optimum concentration of for your eyes is the iPad shape. And that, again, is without glasses that's coming. And obviously it will work towards a point where you can watch a TV, I think. But it's amazing, the phone. I think that is that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, the fundamental difference is whether you're watching alone or with someone, because those lenticular screens that are designed to work without glasses, basically you have a sweet spot in which they work. So they work for the individual. And obviously if it's an iPad, great. If it's your enormous TV in your living room that you want to sit and watch with your friends, then obviously at the moment that technology is not around the corner.
It's going to be for sports fans, I think. The Formula One, the football, you're going home in the evening, you're going to watch the highlights, you're going to get the clips. That's where it's going to be monetized. That's where it's going to work, I think, to start with. All that, as we know, it's very difficult when you're shooting with film to set up, and it's a much more difficult process.
Also, going back to your point, because people obviously buy mobile phones so much more often, it may take off there. Whereas I think people, as you say, I think people are suspicious of buying a 3D television where you require glasses, if there's a belief that televisions which don't require glasses are on the horizon. Not that I know if they are, but.
Yeah, the last question.
And secondly, you mentioned about shooting in 3D, and you very eloquently explained why the technique is different. There's a debate about retrofitting 3D to films such as Clash of the Titans, which you correctly said, should be great storytelling because it's the Greek myths. But it feels like colorization, to make something in 3D that was shot for 2D. Would you agree with that?
I saw an amazing 5-minute clip of Dawn of the Dead that they'd retrospectively put into 3D, and I think it benefited in particular from the fact that George Romero tends to shoot things with, things are forward and back rather than cross, and it looked amazing. So I was quite excited about that. But yeah, I'm sure it's not as pure as creating it for that purpose.
Yeah, I mean, one key difference is if you're setting out to make a film in 3D, you do make certain different directorial decisions, shot to shot, and maybe in terms of even your choice of subject matter. So it's a little odd watching that film we showed you in 2D, because a lot of things would be different about it if we hadn't been making it to be a 3D film. So I suppose if the conversion process of an existing film to 3D doesn't include perhaps revisiting the edit, which I would imagine it probably wouldn't mostly, then you're getting some way towards what that film might have been like if it had been made in 3D initially, but you're not getting it. It's not being reimagined completely from the ground up as a 3D film, and it's certainly not at this stage from a technical point of view. It's not quite as effective as shooting in stereo. Then again, if you've got a film that was largely CGI, or that has where the CGI element was the kind of standout feature, then as long as the studio has archived those CG assets, the Titanic, for example, which I'm sure they kept very carefully, then there's no reason why you can't output that in stereoscopically and have that in just as fresh and perfect stereo as it would be if you were making the film from scratch. So the real difference is in the live action aspect of whichever film you're retrofitting.
Thank you very much. I'm very sorry about to stop the session here. I know we could talk hours and hours about technological developments and storytelling. I thank you all for your attention, and the panelists for the wonderful discussion. And the next session will start a little bit later, about 5 minutes or so. So I would like to welcome you at the next session again. Thank you.